Thank you. So we have very good news for so many people who have student debt, a load of student debt on their shoulders. They could be young people, middle-aged, they could be parents. And the good news is this: we've made another good step forward on our progress. Senators Warren and Menendez authored an amendment that said if student debt is forgiven, you no longer have to pay taxes on it. You used to have to pay taxes on it, and that was no good. I was able to add it to the American Rescue Plan we just passed, so now it's law. Once student debt is forgiven, no matter how much, no taxes.
Yes. It's a big deal, especially as we try to get President Biden to forgive up to $50,000 of student debt. Imagine you finally get a cancellation of your debt and you get a tax bill from the IRS. It's worth about $2,200 for every $10,000 of debt relief. So you get a $30,000 relief. All of a sudden, you would have gotten hit with a $6,000 tax bill from the IRS. Based upon the legislation that is now law that the leader helped us with, we now guarantee that no student who gets relief ultimately gets a tax bill, and that's a big deal.
Right, and this is about moving forward. This is our moment of momentum. We have gotten one more piece in place, and now we're just ready for President Biden to sign the piece of paper to say cancel $50,000 worth of student loan debt. And when he does that, he will close the racial wealth gap between blacks and whites who have student loan debt by 25 points, between Latinos and others by 25 points. There's not a single thing he could do on his own in one fell swoop to make that kind of difference. It would be historic.
It will, and the three of us have been trying to persuade the president to do this, because he can do it, as was said, with a signing of a pen. We don't need legislation. Boom, and your debt is forgiven, and you breathe easy. But one of the arguments some of the people around him are saying is, how could we do this? They still have to pay taxes on it. No more.
Not anymore.
Can't make that argument. So that's a help within, as we try to push the White House to go further, to do what we think they should do. This helps us.
Yeah, and not only do they not have to pay taxes, but if we get the relief we're looking for, a young person can now say, you know what, I get to buy my first home, or get to start a family, or maybe I get to open that business that I've been holding off on. It's just a tremendous opportunity. And for minorities, look, as someone who is the first in his family to go to college, if it wasn't for the federal programs, I would have never gone to St. Peter's College or Rutgers Law School, and certainly wouldn't be here today.
Yeah.
We need to make that an opportunity for every student.
But you know, you're right at the heart of the point when you say what effect it's going to have on young people who have student loan debt. Because I hear from folks who say, but I don't have student loan debt. Why should I care about this? And the answer is, you should care. Because for every young person who's not starting a business, for every young person who's not buying a home, that's holding back the economy, and that affects every single one of us. So if you've got student loan debt, you love this plan. President Biden can cancel $50,000 worth of student loan debt. But if you don't have student loan debt, you'll love this plan, because this is about lifting up everyone, about closing racial wealth gaps, and about creating more opportunity for the entire economy.
You know, some people say, well, I didn't have this opportunity and I had to pay all my debt. Why help them? Because it helps everybody. As Elizabeth said, it helps start businesses, it helps buy cars, it helps push money into the economy. And one more argument, if we said that, we wouldn't have Social Security. What about the people before Social Security who never got it? We wouldn't have Medicare. What about people who said they shouldn't get it? We're an open, wonderful society. We try to help people who need help. When we graduated from college, when many of the people who are older graduated from college who'll be making these arguments, there wasn't this kind of student debt. 30,000, 50,000, 70,000, unheard of. I struggled to get through college, but I was able to get out of there with no debt.
And that's really the point. Back when I went to college, you could graduate from a state school for $50 a semester. I know, because I did. But it means you could graduate for a price that you could pay for in a part-time waitressing job. That opportunity is not out there anymore. It was there before because taxpayers invested in us. We need to make that investment again in our young people.
So people, folks listening, whether you have the debt, have a friend who has the debt, believe it's the right thing, we're asking you, email, call, write President Joseph Robinette Biden and tell him you want this done. We're trying to get as many people to contact the White House as possible, and frankly, we told this to Joe Biden, and he said, go ahead, let it rip. So let's show him what kind of support there is out there for this great plan that Elizabeth, Bob, and I, and many, many others are pushing. Let's get this done.